Hello everyone, I'm Bad Benny, and welcome back to the Method HOTS YouTube channel. Today I'll be doing a replay analysis of one of my recent view games and giving you guys some tips and pointers of what was good and what I think we should have done differently. Before we get into the video, I want to remind you guys that if you found the video useful, consider leaving a like. If you didn't, or you think I missed something, or you just want to write whatever, then comment down below. Anyway, let's get to it. Hello everyone. This is a viewer game I did a while back, and I thought I'd go through it with you guys and give you some pointers of what I thought was good and what I thought was bad. Let's get to it. So you see, this is my team. I'm playing Tyran, not my main hero, and we are pretty standard draft. Except the fact that we have a Phoenix solo lane instead, but on this map it doesn't really matter what kind of solo lane you have, but I wouldn't advise picking free range in general, but I think the draft is okay. I'll speed it up a bit. So the most important part that in the early game that I think we should have done is that we have Phoenix solo lane, right? And then we should have Liming on the other solo lane. Then Genji can take care of mid lane, and me and Taran, which have good synergy with stun and CC, can gank together. Got some decent damage off on him. If the Merlin stun hit, he would have been dead. That was a good attempt. Let's we move the Phoenix top and look for a kill bot side. Problem is that I think I ended up being stuck on the mid lane a lot of the time here. Yeah, so me and Genji should have switched places here. It should be me roaming with Muradin and Genji clearing this wave, because Genji can pressure the Junkrat in the 1 versus 1 and he has an easier time moving around on the map. While if I'm stuck, I will lose the 1 versus 1 versus anyone since I'm Terran. And I won't be able to help my teammates, so we have no healing because I can't go and heal, and we would probably have the same kill potential with me and Muradin, like Taran Muradin, as Genji Muradin does. So just a thing to keep in mind, trying to think of the optimal lanes to win your game. Some miscommunication, but we managed to get the kill anyway. Good job, team. I think one important part on this map is the impact of this heal camp. With our draft, we can do this camp, and they are already doing this with Samura, like both Samura and Sonya, and even Junkrat is pretty good at doing it. So they go for their camp, since it's a really easy time for them. And I think we neglect going for ours, and I think it ends up punishing us quite a bit. So objective spawns in 20 seconds and their camp is pushing out on the lane. We move towards it. Okay, we actually do the camp. We have to do it as 4, and we're already losing a lot on the wall here, as well as them having better position than us, because now they can be here as 5, as you see, and we have to have one guy defending. That's the difference of them timing their camp better than ours. It was well played by the enemy team. Now our move is either to try to punish them 4 versus 5 with like a stun combo, or wait until Liming joins us. Because when Liming joins us, okay, looks like we managed to get a kill, maybe. Oh, it's close. They have the dragon, which is pretty strong for these kind of fights. So now soon you will see that our wave starts pushing in, but for the initial part of the objective they had a huge advantage by timing their camp as they did and moving as 5. Because we either, if we would move as 5, we would lose the whole wall here. We basically almost did anyway. and so we were in a kind of lose-lose situation. Soon you will see though that our lane starts pushing in because their camp is dead and we will get a big wave, but since they already have the initial part of the objective, it might be too late. Luckily for us, the Diablo went in really deep, so we managed to get a kill. But now we are 5 vs 4. We secured the camp, and we even managed to get another kill. So suddenly we're in a good position. What to note here is that when the enemy team, they have the position and they were healthier than us, they don't have to go that deep with the main tank. The rest of his team was around here, this area, and the Diablo charged in over here. So if the enemy team is quick at punishing that, like Muradin jumped and stunned Diablo and we managed to kill him, then it is really risky for the main tank. Something to keep in mind if you're playing main tanks. If you have the numbers advantage on the enemy team, like you already killed one guy and your team is kind of ready to follow up, you can go for this play. But if it's a 5 vs 5 and you see that your team is not really in position, then you should be way more mindful of where you charge in with Diablo. Right, let's keep going. So we start getting the objective. And we even managed to kill Junkrat here. That's a really good job. I think we got a Muradin stun into Genji combo. And the thing I want to point out here is that Phoenix goes to push out the top wave and we kind of pressure around mid, like we get the cab. So some of them will try to contest this, and meanwhile we push out, so either they lose XP or we can get the opportunity to kill someone like we did here. In general, when you get the cab, like on other maps as well, like if you have a lead on Infernal Shrines, you don't necessarily want to stay on the shrine with like your whole team. If you have a lead and it's almost impossible for the enemy to recover that lead, they will usually try to split push already or try to catch you when you rotate. So if you're aware of that and you start like moving up in bushes in time, then it's much harder for the enemy team to make a move on you. So as soon as you have a good position, you shouldn't be with everyone on the objective anymore, because that makes it easier for the enemy team to outplay you. Let's see if we get this objective though. We're getting pretty low here, but Diablo is really deep. Junkrat just respawned and I don't have Alexstrasza heal now. They are a bit vulnerable. We should look to punish them now with a stun combo. Here it comes. Diablo is dead. Sonya is dead. I think I missed my heal here, so Genji died. Samuro is stalling us quite a bit, but I think we might get the kill now. I think one thing we could have done differently here was, as soon as we kill the Samuro here, we should push out both the lanes, so that, and then move to the objective, because then the enemy team loses a lot of XP and some structures, or they have to contest with more people. And since we have so good kill potential with our team, it benefits us a lot if we can split up the enemy team. Then it's super easy for us to just get the one shot if we get the stun combo. Now we're 5 vs 5 soon again. We're one level ahead, but it's kind of an even fight. Use dragon, but we managed to get the one shot. I think we can chase them down and kill them now. Sick combos by Lemay. And really nice stun by Muradin. Although we didn't have enough mana to kill him. Alright, we got the objective. The objective on this map is really overpowered in my opinion, because it's as Tomb of the Spider Queen that it pushes all lanes, but it also empowers your minions by a lot. So in my games, if the enemy team has one guy soaking like the silence usually, and three people on another lane, then it's almost impossible to defend all forts. Meaning you will get a huge advantage, because you get a lot of XP if you take down the whole fort. Nice, really good kill here. So what should happen now is that Genji probably pushes bot, and we push mid as 3. Or the opposite. But now we ended up in kind of awkward lanes. We want one of the range damage deals to be solo, not Muradin. Either me and Leming should have stayed mid with him, or Muradin should have moved bot with me. As you can see though, we managed to get the top fort, and this objective is still really healthy. The enemy team is trying to get a trap, but it's pretty hard versus Leming and Genji. Never mind, they managed to get the one shot with leap. We did a sneaky boss play meanwhile though. As soon as we saw them going on the Leming here, we called that we should do the boss. Which, if they're not paying attention, because if they get this kill, they have to move instantly if they want to contest this. But they didn't pay attention to it, so we managed to get the sneaky boss. And the boss will do a lot for us since the objective is bot side. They got a boss as well, but it's much easier for us to defend this than it is for them to defend that. Oh, they got a really good engage on us here. Or counter engage, more like. Now it's pretty awkward for us. We just try to stall a bit, but we have to give up some percentage, right? Or some seconds on it. It's not even though we're 4 versus 4, since Samuro is okay, he's global, but he wasn't here right now. It's still just better for us to do what we did, trying to defend the boss and then wait Leming and go 5 versus 5. They used big cooldowns like Dragon Queen and all their ultimates basically. Just have to make sure we're alive and ready to fight when Leming comes. As Diablo charged in really deep. I think we get the kill on him, but they might get the objective. We're getting a lot of kills here. Let's see if we can stop it in time. Oh. We actually managed to stop it in time. That's really good. Now it's another situation. When we've done this, it's good that we go. We probably should go as 4, looking for this, like clearing the minions and getting the first cap, and then we should push out the lanes, both mid and bot, the closest lanes to the objective. So they're pressured to soak the lanes while we cap the objective. I think going in here is a bit too deep, because we're looking to get the objective, we're not looking for the kill. So now Phoenix or someone should clear the mid wave. We're going with Leming, I think. I think Phoenix would be the best choice since Leming helps us one-shot with our drafts way more. He ended up to. Oh, so close. Tyrant healing. Almost OP enough. Managed to get the counter kill though. Maybe we can even get more. Diablo has no souls and we have resets. This ended up in our favor. Meanwhile, Samuro tried to sneaky cap this one, but it wasn't in time. Now we're in a really good position. I think it's good to take this fort first, because we've taken the top fort. We should maybe have sent someone top though. The Phoenix even going now. Because this objective is not getting much done. It just dies to the minion wave and Samuro. We do manage to, we got a kill on Sonya bot, me and Leming, and we're getting out this fort as well. So in a really solid position right now. When we have this kind of lead and there's this amount left on the objective, we should look to take a wall and then move for boss. Let's see what happens now. Right. We might even get a kill on Diablo. It's really good if we do, because then they have even longer death timers. Taking this camp is a bit risky, but since we're 5 versus 4, we managed to get it anyway. If it was 5 versus 5, I wouldn't go for this, even though we're like this ahead, because it's a pretty awkward position when we have so many squishy heroes, and Junkrat can get a boop, Diablo can get a good wall stun, and they have a lot of damage still, even though we're ahead. They got a pretty good engage off here. We got really low, but they used the Dragon Queen and Lightning Breath and Leap, so we could look to turn it soon. Have to be a bit careful of the wall stuns though, but Genji got out and we got a big salvo, a lot of damage. Genji died to something kind of random, but we managed to get a counter kill on Diablo. At this point though, it's good jumping in like this with Muradin, but if we can't get the follow up because Lemmy got booped away, we should instantly back out, which we do now. Get a bit stopped, but actually chasing so much. But we're out. It's really good that we do this camp. Now we should look to push out both these lanes before we move on the objective, for the reasons I mentioned before. If we make them split up, we can way easier get a one shot. Now we're pretty split up though. Muradin gets kind of chunked here, and they're looking for the Sonya meanwhile. I tried to save the Muradin. We couldn't manage to get no Sonya sadly. That's some good damage. As soon as we see this, as soon as we see the life binder, we should get out. Like the Genji shouldn't extract in. Should almost never extract in actually. You should always E in, damage them, and then extract to dodge something. If you don't dodge something with your extract, it is kind of wasted. Unless you already kind of won the fight and want to clean up. Or on 20 if you can get a lot of resets. At this point we have Muradin and Genji really deep, and the wheel zoned to 3 of us. So we're lucky to have gotten out with our lives. Again, we should regroup now and push into them. Genji gets kind of destroyed here. He got wall stunned into wall stun it seems. I don't know how this is a wall stun, but he did. And he dies. What we do right here though is looking for the insta counter engage. We even managed to get 2 kills instantly, and maybe even a third because of the haymaker. Yeah, she's dead. Can we get Sonya as well? Poggers? Owl Poggers? Yeah boy. So what looked like a poor situation since Genji got wall stun turned out really well, because we didn't just leave them to die, we tried to kill them. We used the advantage of their cooldowns being down from using them on Genji to our advantage, and got the one shot, got limiting resets, and then progressed getting more kills. Here I think with these long death timers we can get the objective like this, but I think we should instantly go for the boss as 4 here. I remember I tried to call it, but since this was during my view games I didn't care too much. But we're starting to move for it now, but we didn't really follow with everyone. Instead we did the boss as 2, and it's not fast enough and it even resets because I couldn't tank it. So it became really half-assed because they got the cap here and we didn't get the boss. But now we have a 5 versus 5. We're not even 5 versus 5 yet because Genji is spot. Still ended up fine because they used a lot of ultimates. As long as we get out now and wait for Genji. Seems like we're out. I have to Shadow Stalk to save Phoenix. Alright, now we should just regroup. Look for a kill. They're even, since our lanes are pushed out, this is the advantage of what I was talking about before. If you push out the lanes around the objective, they will have to split up and soak these lanes, and then you have an opportunity to either to get the objective or to get a kill if they contest you. So let's walk up and see what we do. The Samuro clones is pretty annoying to stall this. And the Junkrat bombs of course. They play really safe, so they don't risk dying, but they manage to get the objective now. Here, a thing to note is we see the Diablo here, right? So there's no risk of Liming walking up further. Liming should be standing way closer so she can be in range if Muradin jump stuns or stuns anyone. I think it happens here. Yeah. We get the stun on Junkrat. I think I'm almost in range to follow. I should have been a bit closer too, but Liming or Genji, if Liming or Genji is ready, we get a kill from this, I think. I think I stunned him mid-jump. But just something to think about. You should always position according to your tank. Tank should position according to the team in some situations, but when you have the advantage here and you have the position and you can one-shot anyone basically, then we should always be ready to follow the tank. Something to think about. See how the fight goes. Yeah, so here Muradin stuns, but Liming is kind of zoned out and he also got pretty low. I don't know if I could have healed her more, but I put my mark on Muradin so he could zone them. There's one thing I want to point out. Muradin used rewind here and he has no mana basically. So if you ignore the mana part, using the rewind like this attributes to nothing because it can't get us a kill. He doesn't need it for sustain or escape. And it has a 60-second cooldown, so it is kind of a wasted 20 talent using it like this. If Liming and everyone was closer and we were looking for the kill, like we could stun, rewind, stun, and that's completely fine, but using it just to zone kind of is not what you want to do. You want your 20 talent to have an impact. So now... Oh yeah, this is one thing I want to highlight as well. So you see Phoenix getting wall stunned here. Like, first of all, we are in an awkward position, we shouldn't be here, but Phoenix walked up and got wall stunned here. The tire is coming and boop. He's dead. And the reason for this is this 20 talent. I think on Phoenix especially, but on other heroes as well, but on Phoenix you really need to take the shield always. As an assassin, like Phoenix, having the shield lets you do way more damage. Even though this maybe can do straight up more number damage, if you're in a situation where you can make use of it, the shield almost always lets you actually do more damage in a fight, because you can stay in longer without risking too much. So I want to highlight that and say that in general, one of the most useful and like easy feedback I can give you guys is to research like hero builds and talents, and of course what heroes are good in the meta through a site like HOTS logs, because on their site you can see all the stats, of course, but it is so important that if you want to win games that you play like the meta heroes and the meta builds. There are some situations where something unconventional can work, but in general, if you want to climb the ranks, then going for what is good in the meta is the right choice. And always take the shield on 20 on Phoenix. It is objectively the better talent in all situations. Except if you're going core and you already killed them, then you can pick this to do more damage to the core, I guess. But in all other situations, the shield is better. Let's keep the replay rolling. So, yeah, we get the objective now, but it won't do anything. And they will reach 20 for the next one. See what happens here. Well, Diablo shot in really deep, and he didn't get the second wall stun. We got the repulsion, and I got the stun off, and we managed to get the kill. I think he even loses his souls here. It's a huge kill. Here's another situation I want to highlight. Happens soon. I remember I called to trap here because they would walk around this and check the boss, and I think we get the situation in a good way. We get the stun off here, and already there's a problem. I don't know if you guys see it, but when you get the stun, the Liming combo has to be flying, but Liming positioned herself a bit too far away. She is safer standing here than here, because if she stand here and she wants to follow up, she has to blink in and then throw her combo. But she walks up, and the combo could already have hit, but the fact that we weren't in position to use it properly led to Diablo being able to face tank the entire Liming combo. So that paired with that Genji didn't instantly E on Sonya made its situation, which I think should have been a free kill, turn miserable. Because now they get a good counter engage on me and Liming dies through the lightning breath. There's something to keep in mind. If you're looking for a play like this, you have to be mindful of your own position, so you're ready to follow up. If you're not ready to follow up, the play can turn disastrous, as you can see here. Even though it was a good call, and it should have been a free kill if we executed it better. It ends up with us dying with 2 heroes, because we didn't we didn't do what we should have done. So it's something to keep in mind. Like, if you want to look for a one-shot, you have to be ready to follow where the stun will be. And this is was the general area where we will stun someone. Then the wing needs to stand closer, and Genji has to instantly use his spells when we get the CC off. I think we could contest this a little bit, but it's really awkward walking like this. You can't walk into a choke like this versus Diablo, it's really risky. Muradin saves him though, but he ends up getting destroyed by the Junkrat trap and other things. So now the enemy team has the opportunity to get this boss. We have to start defending this, then start getting some of the objective, and then they can do the other boss as well. This is kind of the play I wanted to do before on the top side, where you start getting the cap, so the enemy team has to contest this, and then you take the boss. We didn't do it right, but the enemy team start getting the cap, and then they move for the boss. Now we have to go and stall this, and meanwhile they get the boss. Luckily we managed to get the kill on Samuro, which makes the boss not that useful and us being able to get the objective, I think. Here I got a really good Luna flare on him to set up the stun for Muradin, and managed to get yet another kill. Now I think we should defend the boss instantly with one guy. I think we move for it soon, and then hold objectives with rest. If you look at the timers, Junkrat is alive in 15 sec, and we need 14 sec left on the objective. So we should be able to get this for free since we're 5 vs 4. The Phoenix should start moving already. It doesn't matter too much if it gets some more keep damage. He's a bit too slow. This ended up kind of wasted. We got a good stun on 2 people, but the Liming combo didn't really connect on one guy. Like, if it goes on one guy, maybe we can actually get a one shot. That's what we should be looking for here when they walk up on us. We should be looking to chunk one guy completely, not damage all of them a little bit. Again, he got really low. I think I woke up to try to heal him. We got some good damage off on Sonya now. And this is so clutch. My Luna flare, I thought it would hit both, but it didn't hit Samuro. 0.9 seconds left. Liming almost managed to get the play on Alex Strasa. If we got in this kill, it would have been really free. Now, they're all 5 up again, even though they used some ults and cooldowns. But we're really low and we have to disengage. We have 2 people that are kind of stuck mid now. And we're 3 people here. Now we should back off here. Or they should be ready to help us. But since neither was happening, Genji tried to get resets with his ult, I think. But instead he just got one shot. We were 3 vs 5 here, so we have to be really careful. I shouldn't have been this close, because I can die as well if Diablo goes on me. So we shouldn't be here at all as 3. We should be there as 5 or not at all. And now it ends up pretty awkward, where we should look for a kill 4 versus 5. Because we have a good comp for it and they don't have cooldowns. We're looking at our positions now. We zone, they're zoned back here and Diablo is completely alone. Our backliners are here. Our backliners can only follow if we go on Diablo. So now, our only play is to look to kill Diablo. Murden has done these 2 guys. Not sure if he has rewind up. He does not have it yet. But this done, if he had rewind up, it would be okay. But since he doesn't have rewind, it is kind of a wasted cooldown. Because we can't follow on that. And Diablo was really deep. And we could probably almost one-shot Diablo here. Now Diablo charges in. We have to punish him instantly. Murden zone them, but... there's actually some clutch things here. The repulsion, and then my lunar flare interrupts his charge, and if Junkrat wouldn't have the spread bomb talent, we would probably be alive, but his spread bombs with the 20 bombs just one-shot me and Murad in here. And suddenly, we were level 20 versus 17 before in this game, and now we're 2 people dead, 3 people dead, 2 versus 5, level 22, and they have objective. It's hard to core on this map with only taking 1 keep though, so the enemy team shows some like good strategy of thinking here, that they go for this keep behind the wall, because the objective will take the fort, and they backdoor the keep kind of, so and even manage to get a kill. But the keep move here makes the armor on the core be 20 instead when the fort dies. There we go, 20. And with 2 keeps down, it's an easy core for them. Even though we do a lot of damage to them, again you manage to get triple resets in a row, it's still impossible to defend this. There were some situations in this game, and I hope I highlighted them and was educational enough for you guys to learn anything. And of course I got MVP, because I'm a Terran god. But that's all for this video, for this replay analysis of one of my viewer games. So I hope you guys learned something, and remember my pointers from the game, and also remember the importance of checking talent bids and hero win rates and such, and trying to play the meta heroes. It just makes the game better for everyone playing, basically. Like, even though in my Grandmaster games, if I get a guy playing a kind of troll hero or non-meta hero, well, I would much rather have a guy that plays a meta hero a bit worse, because the meta hero is just so much stronger and easier to win with. So you guys should make use of that in your games as well. Well, that's it for this video. If you liked the video and want to see more similar things in the future, let us know with a like or a comment down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to know when we upload. This was Bad Benny from the Method HOTS team, and I wish you all a great day.